All right, everyone. This is day 5 of the crossover. And if you remember the last time we left, so to recap a little bit, Josh and JB were playing some one-on-one in their driveway, basically playing old school. Like even before that, they kind of, they had some practice. JB, remember, he got his hair, or JB bet with Josh, and Josh got his hair cut, and JB screwed up, and he clipped off 5 of his dreadlocks, and so it looked crazy, so he had to get his whole hair cut off. That's brutal. They found that their dad had what's called patella tendonitis, which was jumper's knee. So his knee was messed up, and that he didn't want to get surgery, so he did not ever get to play again. That's how his career ended. He never got to be a star in the NBA. So anyway, we got these boys that are playing one-on-one. They had a fun little thing, and Josh had to come clean his room. All right, here we go. So this is we're picking up after dinner. After dinner, Dad takes us to the rec to practice shooting free throws with one hand while he stands 2 feet in front of us, waving frantically in our faces. "It will teach you focus," he reminds us. 3 players from the local college recognize Dad and ask him for autographs for our parents. Dad chuckles along with them. JB ignores them. I challenge them. "It won't be so funny when we shut you amateurs down, will it?" I say. "Oh, this young boy got hops like his old man," the tallest one says. "Talk is cheap," Dad says. "If y'all want to run, let's do this. First one to 11. The tall one asks Dad if he needs crutches, then checks the ball to me, and the game begins right after JB screams, "Loser pays $20. There he is betting again. After we win, I see the pink Reeboks wearing girl shooting baskets on the court. She plays ball too? JB walks over to her, and I can tell he likes her, because when she goes in for a layup, he doesn't slap the ball silly like he tries to do with me. He just stands there looking silly, smiling on the other court at the pink Reeboks wearing girl. Dad takes us to Krispy Kreme and tells us his favorite story again. "Did Mom say no more donuts?" JB asked Dad. "What your mother doesn't know won't hurt her," he answers, biting into his 3rd chocolate-glazed cruller. "Good shooting today. We beat those boys like they stole something," he adds. "Why didn't we take their money, Dad?" I ask. "They were kids, filthy, just like y'all." The look on their faces after we beat them 11-0 was enough for me. "Remember when you were 2 and I taught you the game? You had a bottle in one hand and a ball in the other, and your mom thought I was crazy. I was crazy. Crazy in love with my twin boys. Once, when you were 3, I took you to the park to shoot free throws. The guy who worked there said, 'This basket is 10 feet tall. For older kids. Kids like yours might as well shoot at the sun.' And then he laughed. And I asked him if a deaf person could write music. And he said, 'Huh?' Then took out his wrench and told me, 'I'm going to lower the goal for y'all.' We remember, Dad. And then you told us Beethoven was a famous musician who was deaf. And how many times do we have to hear the same?" And Dad interrupts me. "Interrupt me again and I'll start all over. Like I was saying, I handed both of you a ball. Stood you between the foul line and the rim. Told you to shoot. You did. And it was musical. Like the opening of Beethoven's Fifth. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Your shots whistled like a train pulling into the station. I expected you to make it. And you did." The guy was in shock. He looked at me like he'd missed the train. Basketball rule number 3. Never let anyone lower your goals. Others' expectations of you are determined by their limitations of life. The sky is your limit, sons. Always shoot for the sun, and you will shine. Josh's play-by-play. The Red Rockets, defending county champions, are in the house tonight. They brought their whole school. This place is oozing crimson. They are beating us 29-28 with less than a minute to go. I'm at the free throw line. All I have to do is make both shots to take the lead. The first is up, and clank. It hits the rim. The second looks real good. Missed again. But Vondi grabs the rebound. A fresh 24 on the shot clock. Number 33 on the Rockets strips the ball from Vondi. The game is like ping pong with all the back and forth. He races down court for an easy lay. Oh, Houston, we have a problem. I catch him and slap the ball in the glass. Ever seen anything like this from a 7th grader? Didn't think so. Me and JB are stars in the making. The Rockets full court press me, but I get it across the line just in time. 10 seconds left. I pass the ball to JB. They double team him in a hurry. Don't want to give him an easy three. 5 seconds left. JB lobs the ball. I rise like a Learjet. 7th graders aren't supposed to dunk, but guess what? I snatch the ball out of the air and slam, yam in your mug. Who's the man? Let's look at that again. Oh, I forgot this is junior high. No instant replay until college. Well, with a game like this, that's where me and JB are headed. The new girl comes up to me after the game, her smile ocean wide, my mouth wide shut. Nice dunk, she says. Thanks. Y'all coming to the gym over the Thanksgiving break? Probably. Cool. By the way, why'd you cut your locks? They were kind of cute. Standing right behind me, Vondi giggles. Kind of cute, he mocks. Then JB walks up. Hey, JB, great game. I brought you some iced tea, she says. Is it sweet? He asks. And just like that, JB and the new girl are sipping sweet tea together. I missed 3 free throws tonight. Each night after dinner, Dad makes us shoot free throws until we make 10 in a row. Tonight, he says, I have to make 15. Basketball rule number 4. If you miss enough of life's free throws, you will pay in the end. Think about that. Not as if it's basketball. Having a mother is good when she rescues you from free throw attempt number 36. Your arms as heavy as sea anchors. But it can be bad when your mother is a principal at your school. Bad in so many ways. It's always education this and education that. After a double overtime basketball game, I only want 3 things: food, bath, sleep. Last thing I want is education. But each night, Mom makes us read. Don't know how he does it, but JB listens to his iPod at the same time, so he doesn't hear me when I ask him, is Miss Sweet Tea his girlfriend? He claims he's listening to French classical, that it helps him concentrate. Yeah, right. Sounds more like Jay-Z and Kanye in Paris. Which is why, when Mom and Dad start arguing, he doesn't hear them either. Mom shouts, get a checkup. Hypertension is genetic. I'm fine. Stop high posting me, baby, Dad whispers. Don't play me, Charles. This isn't a basketball game. I don't need a doctor. I'm fine. Your father didn't need a doctor either. He was alive when he went into the hospital. So now you're afraid of hospitals. Nobody's afraid. I'm fine. It's not that serious. Fainting is a joke, is it? I saw you, baby, and I got a little excited. Come kiss me. Don't do that, baby. It's nothing. I just got a little dizzy. You love me? Like summer loves short nights. Get a checkup then. Only cure I need is you. I'm serious about this, Chuck. Only doctor I need is Dr. Crystal Bell. Now come here. And then there is silence. So I put the pillow over my head because when they stop talking, I know what that means. Ugh. No one wants their parents kissing. Nobody. Hypertension. Noun. A disease otherwise known as high blood pressure, as in Mom doesn't want Dad eating salt because too much of it increases the volume of blood, which can cause hypertension. As in, hypertension can affect all types of people, but you can have a higher risk if someone in your family has had the disease. As in, I think my grandfather died of hypertension. Actually, there's heart disease in my family, and that's genetic. So I have to watch out for my health. To fall asleep. I count and recount the 37 strands of my past in the box beneath my bed. 37 strands of my past. You know what he's counting? His hair. Why we only ate salad for Thanksgiving. Because every year, Grandma makes a big, delicious dinner, but this year, 2 days before Thanksgiving, she fell off her front stoop on the way to buy groceries. So Uncle Bob, my mom's younger brother, who smokes cigars and thinks he's a chef because he watches food TV, decided he would prepare a feast for the whole family, which consisted of macaroni with no cheese, concrete hard cornbread, and a greenish-looking ham that prompted Mom to ask if he had any eggs to go along with it, which made Grandma laugh so hard she fell again, this time right out of her wheelchair. Do you get that connection? Green ham, green eggs, and ham. Dr. Seuss. How do you spell trouble? During the vocabulary test, JB passes me a folded note to give to Miss Sweet Tea, who sits at the desk in front of me and who looks pretty tight in her pink denim capris and matching sneaks. Someone cracks a window. A cold breeze whistles. Her hair dances to its own song. In this moment, I forget about the test and the note until JB hits me in the head with his number 2. Somewhere between camaraderie and imbecile, I tap her beige bare shoulder with the note. At that exact moment, the teacher's head creeps up from his desk, his eyes directly on me. I'm a fly caught in a web. What do I do? Hand over the note? Embarrass JB. Or hide the note? Take the heat. I look at my brother, his forehead a factory of sweat. Miss Sweet Tea smiles, gorgeous pink lips and all. I know what I have to do. Bad news. I sit in Mom's office for an hour, reading brochures and pamphlets about the Air Force and the Marines. She's in and out handling principal stuff, a parent protesting her daughter's F, a pranked substitute teacher crying, a broken window. After an hour, she finally sits in the chair next to me and says, "The good news is I'm not going to suspend you. The bad news, Josh, is that neither Duke nor any other college accepts cheaters. Since I can't seem to make a decent man out of you, perhaps Air Force or Marines can." I want to tell her I wasn't cheating, that this is all JB and Miss Sweet Tea's fault, that this will never happen again, that Duke is the only thing that matters, but a water pipe bursts in the girls' bathroom. So I tell her I'm sorry, it won't happen again, then head off to my next class. Gym class is supposed to be about balls, volleyballs, basketballs, softballs, soccer balls, sometimes sit-ups, and always sweat. But today, Mr. Lane tells us not to dress out. He's standing in front of the class, a dummy laid out on the floor. Plastic, faceless torso cut in half. I'm not paying attention to anything he's saying or to the dummy because I'm watching Jordan pass notes to Miss Sweet Tea, and I wonder what's in the notes. "Josh, why don't you come up and assist me?" "What? Huh?" The class snickers, and before I know it, I'm tilting the dummy's head back, pinching its nose, blowing in its mouth, and pumping his chest 30 times, all the while thinking that if life is really fair, one day I'll be the one writing notes to some sweet girl, and JB will have to squash his lips on some dummy's sweaty mouth. Do you guys know what they're doing? They're doing CPR lessons. If you don't know what CPR is, you can look it up. All right, second quarter. I think we'll stop there. All right, so submit your question. What did you think today that you didn't quite, get? Make sure you submit that and we'll be good to go.